Again, good afternoon, everybody. I am Tamika Phillips with Colliers International. We are the property management company for Pittsburgh Yards. I'm the community engagement manager, along with my brilliant colleague, Walter Slayton. He is the property manager and our leasing expert. Thank you all for being with us tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. Um, on our Pittsburgh Yards response to COVID 19, of course, we're keeping the building safe for all of our tenants, members, vendors, guests that's coming in. We ask that when you enter the building, whether you've been vaccinated or not, to please wear a mask. Okay. Tron, are you ready for the near building community market update, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I am. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tron Banks. Give you an update about what's going on with the market and our future plans. First of all, I want to just thank everybody who came out to, since the last time we talked or had a meeting, everybody who came out to Pittsburgh, past, present, and future, from the Elevate series. That was actually my project that I got to work on with Story Muse and Elevate. And it was really bringing legacy residents and residents now from Pittsburgh and bringing them together and having an honest conversation about what's going on in the community and just learning a lot of new things about Pittsburgh. So that's kind of like an extension of the market. So I just wanted to thank everybody who came out and supported that. We have a couple of events that are coming up soon. We're actually planning one with our village market, the holiday pop-up. So what we decided was to have around 20 vendors. So it'll be 8 from the market. It'll be 7 from our village market, the cohort that they're having. And then we're also, well, I think it's 5 from the cohort and it'll be 7 from tenants. So that'll round out to 20. I've already sent out a few emails on the market side for vendors, and a few people already responded back expressing interest in that particular event. We also have Makisha's event. I don't have a flyer or anything ready, but I think she has some. She has an event coming up December 4th, and it's like a family-oriented kind of installation. I'm not 100% sure if Makisha's on, if she's on the call, would she like to explain her event a little bit more in depth? If she's on the call, I'm not sure if she is.
She's not on yet, Tron.
She's not.
I don't see her.
Well,
yeah.
From what I know, talking with her, I know it's going to be family based, and they're going to have different breakout sessions. So I'm not 100% sure on that, but as soon as I get more information or a flyer, I'll send it out. And also after I don't think I gave the date, but the holiday pop-up, the date is also December 16th, and it's going to be from, I believe, 3 to 5, Dominga. I think that's what we decided, 3 to 5 on that. So yeah, a couple of things coming up to kind of keep everything going as far as the market is concerned. We have 2 of our regular markets left. That'll be this Saturday and then next Saturday. And in December, after the 16th event, we've all decided to take a small break, some longer than others. I think I'd probably take like a couple of weeks, and then we'll start our planning going into the first 2 quarters of 2022. And we'll also be doing like a debrief next month, just writing a report, letting everybody know what worked, what didn't work, what our experience was over this past market season. Has been a great ride. Definitely thrilled to have been a part of all of this and going forward. So that's all I have from the market. If Makisha jumped on, if she has anything to add, then go ahead, or that'll be all from me.
Does anybody have any questions for Tron before we move
Hey,
forward?
Tron, can you talk a little bit about the skate party? How did it go?
It went well. We had a few people that turned out, I'm always skating, but the thing with that is it's building a brand and getting people to do it and realizing that skating is not only good exercise, it's a therapeutic lifestyle change. It's a TLC. So it kind of shifts your energy from the week, whatever you're having. I skated from Madison Yards to the skate park yesterday in Old 44 and back. So it's something that I've added as part of de-stressing in my week. So it's definitely something I want to add and grow for the future. But the first thing is just people seeing you and letting you know that's something you're doing. So the turnout isn't something that I've just dwelling on right now. It wasn't a ton of people, but just starting that and getting that going and getting people involved with growing that. That's mainly what it's about.
Well, I watched some of it on Facebook and it was very enjoyable. So I hope y'all keep it up.
Oh, we will, definitely. It'll be a lot more of that going into 2022. Anybody else have any questions?
Tron, thank you so much for what you guys do. We're going to move. You got anything, Walter?
No, all I would just say is Tron, I don't see how you do it on those skates, man. You're kind of scary. You're a daredevil, Tron.
Oh, I've seen Tron on them skates just zooming by.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to move on to our guest speakers. I'm excited about having Sabrina and Michael on a call there with Invest Atlanta. They have some very exciting information to share with us. Thank you all for being on this call, and we are ready to get all the good information you have for us.
Hi, everybody. We'll start by just giving some introductions so you all will know who we are. For those of you who have not met us, I'm Sabrina Wright. I lead the business retention and expansion team at Invest Atlanta. So I work with existing companies in the city with their growth and expansion, relocation needs, and things of that nature. We also work collaboratively with our economic development partners at the state, at the Department of Economic Development, the Metro Atlanta Chamber, Georgia Power, and other agencies around the city and state to build partnerships and assist the businesses that make you can. And turn it over to Michael for the introduction.
Hi, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Michael Lee Johnson, the program manager in the Business Retention and Expansion Department. I work closely with Sabrina in, helping the city's existing businesses find those resources and make connections not only within the IA team, but throughout the city. It's a pleasure to meet you all, and I hope to be working with you all and learning more about you and what you do. Each individual business. Stop by sometime virtually, drop us a line. We're here to help.
So first of all, we're happy. Thank you all for inviting us tonight. Wanted to just share, basically just kind of go over some of the information that we went over with Pat last week at that meeting. Again, we are excited about sharing this information with all of the business associations in the city. And just FYI, this level again this is information again is high level. Can you all hear me clearly? Yeah, okay.
It's a little echo, Sabrina. It's a little echo.
Yeah, it's kind of an echo chamber a bit.
Let me fix that. While I fix that, Chantel, your hair is amazing. Okay, you look real cute. Hold on a minute, y'all. Michael, can you start out while I fix my sound real quick? Thank you.
I didn't hear that, Sabrina. But just until Sabrina jumps back on, we want to give you a heads up, some advanced information about the grant programs that we have coming up. We received some additional ARP funding, and in receiving the last tranche of funds, we kind of were rushed to get it out. So, when we received it and in the turnaround that we had to get it out, it was very truncated, very short. So it kind of pounced on a lot of people. Now we have a little more leeway with regards to the time that we can give our community the information so that they can take the best advantage of it. So we're in that process of sensitizing you before the grant actually opens, so that you're able to, get your ducks in a row, get ready for it to take full advantage of what's coming down the line. Sabrina?
Hopefully y'all can hear me better. Is that better?
Much better.
It's a lot better.
Okay. Good. So like Michael mentioned, last year, Invest Atlanta, the city received funds and then allotted some of those monies to Invest Atlanta. Again, the same thing has happened with these ARP funds. Like I was trying to state before I got cut off earlier, is that this is very high level information. We're sharing this before any grants have been launched. Nothing is solidified, finalized, or anything like that. So we're going to share information with you that's not finalized, so just know some of the information here may change slightly. We may have some dates off a little bit, but we still want to get you all in the know so that you can get prepared for what's coming up. So with the funds that we received last year and the grant that we launched, we call that the Resurgence Grant. We saw a lot of different challenges with that. Again, we were trying to build that grant and trying to source out the money simultaneously. So we saw a lot of challenges, but we got the money. We were able to disperse the money, but we were able to correct some of those things that we saw as challenges in the previous grant. More than I think a third or 2/3 of the people who started applying for the grant last year were stuck on the finances portion of the grant. And so they did not actually get to finish and complete their applications because they had challenges with that. So those are one of the things that we wanted to be able to address earlier in this portion of the grant. City of Atlanta, Invest Atlanta will be programming $24.7 million in ARP funds this coming year. Part of those funds will be used for workforce development programs to assist with hiring and creating jobs in collaboration with WorkSource Atlanta. We'll be using about $3 million of the funds for that. We'll use a second tranche of the funds for workforce development programs. That'll help us focus on regional partnerships, training individuals, upskilling them. We're allotting about $1.7 million into that part of the fund. The biggest part that I want to spend most of the time on tonight, though, is the third program, which is our small business focus. So we're using $12.5 million, which is our biggest pot of funds, to support small businesses in the city of Atlanta. Last year, with the Resurgence Grant, we only supported small business. We did not assist, what was it?
Nonprofits.
Nonprofits, yes. Nonprofits were not eligible last year. This year, we are allowing nonprofits, and it wasn't just an Invest Atlanta thing. This was federal. These are federal funds that come with federal requirements. So now with this second tranche of funds that we're going to launch, we're going to have nonprofits and small businesses able to qualify to receive those grants. They can be used for enhancing outdoor spaces that get people outdoors and able to socially distance and social distance responsibly in COVID. And also, we're going to work with the Office of Cultural Affairs to support their Elevate Atlanta program. And that's going to help local artists in the city. And we're using about $20,000 with that. So part of the business for nonprofits and small businesses, we're opening back up our Resurgence Grant. This is our Resurgence 2.0. So nonprofits and small businesses, these are grants in the amount of $40,000 per business. So if you have a City of Atlanta business license, your business is located in the city. We're hoping to launch this grant in January. Right now, we're in the process of locating technical assistance providers, and these are people who can assist businesses with their application, whether it be the financing part that people had challenges with last year, getting all those paperworks together, their profit and loss statements, and things of that nature, different things that you need. So it's the financing part of the grant with the $40,000 to support you post-COVID. There's no requirement for the length of time that you've been in business. But again, this will be a reimbursable grant, meaning that you'll have to submit your receipts for things that you did to assist your business in becoming profitable or being able to pivot during COVID and to be sustainable. Again, just like last year, we're also making your rent. So if you're leasing a space and your rent payments, monthly rent payments will be eligible for reimbursement with this grant fund. Also, another thing that's different from last year is that we're also allowing your payroll expenses to be eligible. So if you were able to keep your employees on staff, hire new employees during the time, and just be able to retain those jobs. That's what Invest Atlanta is all about, growing jobs in the city and retaining our existing jobs. So if you were able to do that, your payroll expenses are now also eligible. So those are two huge sources of funds that you can submit receipts for and qualify for that $40,000 grant. If you have more than one business in the city, you can submit separate applications for each of those businesses. So you can't put all your businesses or 2 or 3 businesses on one application. It'll have to be separate applications for each business with all the requirements for each of those, meaning your Secretary of State registration, your City of Atlanta business license for each business, and your finances for each business, all of those different things that will be required. Let me see. We're hiring. Last year, Invest Atlanta staff was just heavily burdened with looking at all the receipts, reviewing all the applications. This year, we are hiring a grant management firm, and so we hope to have all of those identified by December 6th, so next month, very soon. So we'll have that, and so that'll hopefully make the process of us reviewing and dispersing funds a lot smoother and a lot quicker. So we highly implore you all to apply for the grant. It never hurts to put in your application. If you don't qualify for whatever reason, then you don't qualify, but it never hurts to put your application in and go ahead and get those things submitted. Last year, like Michael referenced earlier, we had a super tight deadline to get the money out, to distribute those funds because of the Treasury Department regulations. But this year we have a lot more time. So hopefully we'll be able to make those things a lot smoother, make that smoother this time. I mentioned earlier about our technical assistance providers. Last year with the grant, we had $40,000 grant plus $10,000 in technical assistance. We're still gonna offer that, but this time we're offering our technical assistance piece in advance of the grant. So that way, if you need help with your application, then we'll have that. Last year, our technical assistance providers included people in the fields of HR, marketing, legal, finance. This year, we've not identified all of the technical assistance providers that we'll need. We're taking in applications right now just to review those and make sure we are addressing all the needs that we saw last year and maybe some that we didn't even think about. So if we get applications from people who, they say they can provide assistance to businesses in X ways that we hadn't thought of before, then we're open to that right now. And so hopefully we'll have all of those things ready before the launch of the grant. So that'll be sometime in December as well. And space for business. Michael and I are not the experts on this grant. We don't manage the grant. We're just the people who work with businesses. So we're out sharing the information with the public, meaning you all tonight. We have a colleague who manages the grant, and throughout the year, throughout the next coming months, we'll have different webinars. We'll have different information posted on our website, on our social media pages. If you're not currently following our social media pages or checking the Invest Atlanta website, we highly encourage you to do so. We'll continuously put updates there about this grant and about other opportunities that become available at Invest Atlanta. In addition to the grant, if you're not familiar with Invest Atlanta, we are the official economic development agency for the City of Atlanta. So there are multiple things that we do provide, including housing, and those are things we do on a regular basis. Another thing we do on a regular basis is we have a portfolio of small business, very low interest loans that support the businesses in the city. And so we always have those on our table. We don't often have grants. So we wanted to make sure we get this information about grants out to you all. We're open to questions right now. If you have anything, or Michael, did you have anything to add at the moment?
Excellent job, Sabrina. I just wanted to add that, we listened to some of the feedback that we got on Resurgence 1, which is why we came with a much more holistic approach with the technical assistance to help the small businesses get prepared for, these types of grants. And, even with regards to the affordable commercial space, that's something that we're working on because we do recognize that there are challenges in the market. So we listened and we're doing our best to, make good.
Are there any questions we can answer at the moment? We'll try our best to answer the question. Again, we're not we're not the experts, but we'll try our best to answer any questions that you may have.
There's a question in the chat.
In the chat, Sabrina, someone's asking if their business moved recently from Atlanta to East Point, would they still qualify?
No, you will not. Your business has to be located in the city of Atlanta with your city of Atlanta business license. The address you give for your business has to be a valid address. And we, Invest Atlanta helps businesses in Atlanta. So unfortunately, we don't work with businesses outside the city limits.
Is the application process the same as last year's or this year's?
So our goal for the application is to make it a lot smoother and easier. We have not seen the application. Again, it's not launched yet. We hope to launch that in January. That's the plan. So I can't tell you a definite answer, but I'm assuming it's going to be a lot easier. That is our goal. Now, we're still going to have requirements because, we are a governmental agency. And so we have to make sure we're dotting all the I's, crossing all the T's, being responsible in case we're audited, which we will be, making sure we're collecting all the right information. So it'll be as smooth and as easy as possible. But yet there is still information that we do have to require and get from the business.
I was wondering if we look at the information or the current information, could we get a jump on collecting this data so we'll be ready, like you said?
Absolutely. Before. Absolutely. That's the whole purpose of us getting the word out in advance. And so that you can start getting your finances together. So you can make sure if you don't already have your City of Atlanta business license for 22, make sure you get that. Make sure you're applying for all those. Make sure you get your finances in order and get your paperwork in order ahead of time. That's exactly why we're having these meetings right now.
And do you have a checklist of those things that we could use as a reference to get together?
No, I don't have a checklist. What I do know is that that's going to be your Secretary of State registration, your City of Atlanta business license, your profit and loss statements,
receipts for whatever you're going to be claiming for.
Absolutely. Like if you're going to apply for your rent, reimbursement for rent or payroll, have those documents ready. If not, let's say, for example, you're a restaurant and you spend a lot of money at Home Depot on plexiglass and different things like that to get your store, your establishment ready to be COVID ready, hand sanitizer, things like that. Get all your receipts ready.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Are there any other requirements for the nonprofit?
I'm not an expert on the nonprofit area. Let me see who was asking that question, and I can check on that and get back with you.
Trina Pippin.
Okay.
Thank you.
I would like to know that information too. It's Norma Harris.
Okay.
Hey, Sabrina, we have a lot of non-for-profit tenants in the building, so we could probably just get you a list, or more or less we can just get some summary document and we can just disperse it through our own communication channel, so you don't have to send it out individually.
Okay, that's fine. And again, I highly encourage you all to just make sure you keep checking our website, our Facebook page and Instagram pages, and we'll put all the information. It'll always be available there. But when we get the information, we'll definitely distribute that to our business associations as well. Start getting your stuff in order. And when we know new things, we'll share those new things with you as well.
So when we're finished with this part, I'd like to ask a question that may be off topic a little bit. So.
Okay. Well, I think we have completed our presentation unless there are additional questions.
I do, but it's not about this. Last year, you guys had a webinar, a partnership, whatever, with Microsoft, and you were offering a discount on the Dynamic Rim product. Is that still available? Do you know?
We have, in fact, I just heard this morning about another program that will be launching soon in partnership with a tech company. I don't have information on that. I don't know that information right now. So I don't know that that is still available. I don't imagine so. We have our colleague Lexi Newhouse. She's over all of our tech, entrepreneurship, startup, and that type of technical and innovation. That's the other word I was trying to use. But so I would find out from her because she would have led that program.
I think it was in the webinar. It was Mr. Reagan, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, and he was her boss.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and better yet, Sabrina and Michael, we would love to have you all come up for that. We would love to have you there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We like to.
Okay. Any more questions for Sabrina and Michael before we move on?
And I'll drop my email address in the chat so that if you have any follow-up questions for either myself or Sabrina, you can just reach out to us.
Yes, I have a question real quick. Most of our, and this is probably on, but most of our receipts are like payroll, shipping, and printing. What if with one of our businesses we haven't, and rent. What if with one of our businesses we haven't, we probably have spent over it. What if we've only spent like $40,000? Are we still eligible? I think we've spent over 40,000, but does it matter?
The grant is up to $40,000. So if you have eligible expenses that are only $20,000, you will only get $20,000. If you submit $40,000 in receipts, but only $20,000 of those expenses were eligible, then you're only going to get the $20,000. If you spend $40,000, then you'll still, $40,000 is the max, but it all has to be eligible expenses, meaning they have to be related to COVID.
So you're saying, so I know you said payroll. So you're saying like our shipping of our products and like printing labels and stuff that may not be eligible?
If you can show, if there's proof and you can show that something was specifically COVID related, and the reason I don't want to say definitely no is because there were things that were eligible last year that normally you wouldn't think was eligible, but it was eligible and it qualified for that particular business. For example, a restaurant is a perfect example because restaurants were shut down last year. So if a restaurant, shut down, then they had to go to delivery. That means they had to buy containers to box up all their food now, different types of containers. Those containers were eligible because they didn't need those before. They needed them because of COVID, because they were shut down. So who would have thought a styrofoam container was COVID related, but it was in that instance. But a dentist would not have been able to submit that same expense. You understand what I'm saying? So it's kind of depends on your business and the explanation that you provide for us as to why it was related to COVID.
Thank you.
We don't have any more questions. We're going to move on. Thank you, Sabrina and Michael. We're going to move on to our Pittsburgh Yards partners. We have Moses Carroll. He is the president of the PAC Business Association and owner of Fit Squad Studios. Hey, Moses.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm sorry, I'm still working. So if you see me look off or it look like I'm about to yell, that's because I'm yelling at a client. Okay. So again, my name is Moses Carroll. I'm the owner of Fit Squad Studios, and I'm the president of the Pittsburgh, Adair Park, Capitol View, and Capitol View Manor Business Association. we were lucky enough to get together some small business owners in the community that a strong community between our 4 neighborhoods. Um, we've been working on this project or becoming an association since 2009, December 2019. We had the entire pandemic in order to pull it together and bring everybody in. For some of you all that didn't make it to our last meeting, which was here, we have another opportunity December the 11th, I believe, at the Mint, which is in the Met. We're going to have a few speakers come in. We're going to mingle, get to know other business owners, do our membership drive. It's pretty much what it is, to get some people that are interested in starting, once again, a strong community within between our 4 neighborhoods in order to lift small businesses up. So if anyone has any questions for me, I am right here.
Hello, Moses. I got a lot of questions.
Hey, Mary.
Hey, so do you guys already have bylaws and stuff? Are you that far along?
Yes, ma'am. And I can email you that information because I think you asked me for that last time we ran into each other, correct?
I did, because I wanted to make the meeting, but I wasn't able to, but I'd love to read the bylaws.
Okay. I can get that sent over to you. Hold on just a second. Okay, sorry.
Okay, and what other officers are there besides you already?
There is Kiavani Shepard. She is our current interim secretary. There is Stacy Burke. She is our current interim vice president. Becky, and don't ask me why I can never remember Becky's last name, but Becky is the owner and proprietor of Bearings Bike Shop. George, he is the owner of Amano, which is an Italian restaurant in Old Forest Ward. He's about to open up a location in Murphy's Crossing. He's our membership coordinator. And Puya, who is the owner of Create ATL, he's our marketing director.
Okay, so you said we're gonna meet at the Mint next time. Yes. Will you be rotating the locations, or are you guys gonna settle on a space?
We're rotating locations between all the officers, so everyone has an opportunity to come to each business. Then we're going to settle on one location. Most likely will be at Fit Squad Studios on a regular basis, and that will be on Thursdays of every month.
Okay, and then this is my last question though. So, out of the businesses in those communities that you named, how do you know how many there are to target?
Currently, our database is at 171.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Moses, can you drop your email address in the chat?
Yes. How do I do that? I'm kidding.
Thank you.
Now we'll add a couple other things that we have coming up. Also, December the 11th, we're hosting our Christmas for Fitness event. So what we do is we ask people to bring donations of either clothing, food, gift cards, whatever you like, between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. We partner with a few shelters in the area and nonprofits that are looking to support some families within our neighborhood. And everyone that brings something will receive a 30-day membership to come in and work out. So don't go to Family Dollar and get a $5 toy and then come over here. Please buy something nice. All right. Next up is the Fit Squad Christmas party. Every year I have an annual Christmas party. We're doing something unique, which I really enjoy. All my clients had to work out to earn points in order to have money for the auction that we're hosting. So this year, I saved $300 and I went and bought a 65-inch flat screen television, the 4K one. And everyone is going to have an opportunity to bid on that with the money that they earn. So that's a little incentive that we do in order to keep people working on a regular basis. And finally, they will be fuzzy socks. So if you've ever seen people fight over fuzzy socks, if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. Outside of that, that is the excitement that's going on at Fit Squad and in the pack. Any other questions for me?
Yep. Moses, do you still do the morning show on Facebook?
Every now and then.
Oh, okay.
Why you want me to start back?
All I do is watch it.
Hey Moses, this is Trina Pippin.
Yes.
How are you?
Awesome. How you doing?
Good. I wanted to see if you already had your nonprofits and your shelters that you're partnering with for your Christmas giving.
Currently, we have Speed, which is Kiavani's, and Blessings Inc. Those are the current two we have. But I collect enough stuff that it could be split, and that's the key. Just everyone gets a little bit of something. Last year we had two pickup trucks load of stuff. I only had 2 people to come pick them up. So it's enough to go around. So if you're interested, we'll be glad to have you.
Okay, I am. I can shoot you an email.
Okay.
My nonprofit is Connecting the Gap, and we're sponsoring families as well, and we'll have a Christmas event. So I'll send you an email regarding that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Give me that date again.
December 11th.
Okay.
And thanks, Walter. And please don't tell Becky I'll be forgetting her last name. I don't understand why.
Just here to help.
Man, I be working too much. I'm done. It was nice meeting everybody, and I look forward to you all coming by to visit. You don't have to stay long, just 30 minutes to an hour. I get you in and out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Moses. Our next partner is Dominga Porter with Our Village United. Hey, Dominga.
Hey, Tamika. Hey, y'all. Is it
Hey.
okay if I share my screen? I just have 2 slides to show.
Sure.
Okay, great. Thanks. I'm a talker, y'all, but I'll try to make it short and sweet here. All right, let me go ahead and present. Oh. Oh, okay. And can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome, great. So I just want to give you guys an update on what Our Village United is doing at Pittsburgh Yards. First and foremost, I do want to, for those of you who may not know who I am, I know some of you guys on this call tonight, just from walking around, talking to people. But my name is Dominga Porter. I'm a program manager with Our Village United. I am actually there on the campus of Pittsburgh Yards. I'm there Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I'm right there on the south side. So I'm always there. I work with an organization called Our Village United. We're actually right there at Pittsburgh Yards. We were founded in 2016 by Dr. Key. Some of you may know her through Village Market or Village Market Retail at Pond City Market. Essentially, Our Village United, we're working to help elevate business owners, specifically Black business owners, but business owners all the same. Because when you elevate business owners to where they're able to scale their businesses, they're able to have an impact on the economy, they're able to create jobs, and they're able to uplift the economy of the community in which they're in. And so we fully believe in that. And even that was seen very much during COVID. It was small businesses that were really carrying this economy, not these larger businesses. So we're very much here to help support business owners at PY and in the PY, in the Pittsburgh community. We offer support under the 3 pillars for a strong foundation for business owners. And another thing is that with your membership being a tenant at PY, we are a resource for you. We're an added benefit for you being at Pittsburgh Yards. We offer business mentorship. We also have a 12-week business incubator, which is absolutely amazing. If you are interested in that business incubator, it's completely free of charge. We do have our applications open on our website, ourvillageunited.org. And we are taking applications through December. So definitely, if you are interested in getting that support, getting that guidance, being able to scale your business, definitely apply for that. We offer unique instructional sessions with industry gurus. We want to connect you with our partners that we have. We have partnerships with MasterCard, with MailChimp, with Shopify, and we want to be able to have them bring their experience to Pittsburgh Yards for you guys. And another thing we offer is event planning and activation. So for those of you that are interested in doing events at PY or in the Pittsburgh community, and you need assistance with marketing or getting that, pushed out to a greater audience, definitely contact us, come by the office. I'd love to talk to you about what you're planning and how we can assist in any way. And just to kind of recap some things that we've been doing recently, we had 2 really great business events, Accounting to Do's in the 4th quarter, as well as digital marketing for the holidays. Those were 2 really great virtual events for business owners to just really get some tips. Again, we're rounding out the end of the year, but for a lot of business owners, wellness, again, like I said, it is really important for business owners. We had a really great event, meditation and breath work with Dr. Crystal Jones, really getting us relaxed, getting us in the zone. I know some of us needed it, especially, sometimes the holidays are a little stressful for us. I know it is for me. So that was really great. And we also had an amazing event with one of our partners, MasterCard, talking about cybersecurity. Super great session. And actually, we are looking to continue that and create that into a series in 2022 to be able to give more of that support to business owners and really be able to scale up your cybersecurity with your business. It's super, super important. As far as what's coming up next at PY with Our Village United, we do have the Pour Into the Community fundraising mixer. So we are assisting a Village Micro Fund along with Annie Casey Foundation. They have a lot of really great information as far as funding for small businesses. And they have money specifically for businesses at PY and businesses in the Pittsburgh community. We definitely invite you out to this mixer event, a great way to mix and mingle with people in the community and as well get some information about these funds. I know all small businesses, that's all we're looking for. Let's get these funds together. So definitely come out to that mixer. It will be in the evening around 6 to 8 p.m. and we will be pushing some more information about that out shortly to you guys as well. And as Tron had stated earlier, we do have the Pittsburgh Market Holiday Pop-Up Shop. Super excited about that, being able to get some holiday shopping in and get a little hot chocolate in, just feel those holiday vibes as we wind out the end of the year. And last but not least, I did mention that we do have our cybersecurity events that we are going to create into a series for 2022. Also as well, we will be bringing you guys, instead of a lunch and learn, it will be a brunch and learn, because we know everybody in Atlanta loves brunch. And this will be a business series focused on everything you need to scale your business online. So online engagement, how to get those sales, setting up your e-commerce store. And this series will be powered by one of our super partners. I'm super excited. I can't even tell you guys yet, but that is about to be an amazing, amazing business series. And as well, it will be once a month. And we also will be featuring a local chef that will also be able to, get a little grub on while we learn some things to, help us elevate our businesses. So I'm super excited to bring this to you guys. Again, my name is Dominga. If you guys ever, want to talk to me, or hey, just want to have a conversation, I'm always open to it. I'm again, on the south side of the building, Suite 114. So definitely come by, stop by, and say hey. And I'm hoping to see all you guys at our events.
Thank you, Dominga. And if she's not back there in her suite, you'll see her walking around posting flyers up all over the place. Thank you. Any questions for Dominga before we move forward?
Hey, Dominga, my name's Mary. I'm curious, the businesses that you support, are they startups, or do you like them to be a little more mature? What's the range of support that you give?
Hey, Mary, great question. So in regards to the support, it can be at any level, especially if you're interested in the business incubator program, the 12-week business incubator. You can be fully fresh start out. All you got is just a name and idea, and we'll help you scale it. Or you could already be an established business that's looking to grow, looking to get to that next level, and we can help with that. Any type of business, any industry is able to be in that program as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Dominga. We're gonna move on now to our tenant spotlight. Excited about our tenant on tonight, Danielle Cherry Hoover. She's with Crimson Communications. Danielle, are you there?
I am. I just had to get off mute.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Hey, Danielle. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for not only the time, but it was nice to talk to some fellow tenants who I have not seen. We're always, going right to where we need to be because of COVID, and I don't get a chance to look at everybody or say hello because I'm a new tenant. So I appreciate the opportunity, and I thank you and Walter for inviting me. Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Okay. Yes.
So is it okay that I just get cracking and maybe share my screen as well?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you. I'm going to go off video so it won't slow down any connections while I share my screen. One moment, please. So can you see my screen? Okay, great. So I am Danielle Cherry Hoover, and I'm with Crimson Communications. I've been in business since 2013. I am about 12 plus, I don't know, maybe 15, let me round up. Yeah, about 15 plus years in the Marcom space. My former life, I was PR manager for Major League Baseball team prior to moving to the Atlanta area. So Crimson Communications started in 2013. If you guys can see that, established in 2013. A lot of what drew me to Pittsburgh Yards is the fact that it's community-based. My company is founded on people-centric. I believe dynamic in many ways, woman-owned agency, and just founded in a people factor. And the basis is just great community customer service, both to government and private clients. So the beauty of what my current skill set and the backbone of the company is based on relationships. I'm not an in-your-face type of person, but I believe in excellent customer service. I believe in a level of integrity. That's one of the reasons why I had the opportunity to shift from sports and entertainment, being PR manager of the now Cleveland Guardians, that I can implement the smile factor in many ways to various clients. So the backbone is the same. However, the client can change. So that's why coming to Atlanta about 6 years ago, I had the wonderful opportunity to have my first clients in the government sector here in the Atlanta area. And that was the need to have another location, and very, very happy upon the recommendation someone gave to me about Pittsburgh Yards. So we have a diversely qualified team of professionals in the areas of public engagement, marketing communications, and integrated campaigns. So the techniques are customized. I mentioned I have the portfolio is varied. So the techniques are tailor-made. So why buy off the rack when you can get tailor-made? And sometimes you can get tailor-made that's custom to your budget. And that's the beauty of, I believe, the person before me with Elevate, they were just talking about that, like small businesses are the backbone of the economy. And now, before any time, and I think at least my working history is so necessary. When things are stuck at the ports, we can still work. When things are backlogged, or when policy is not signed quickly enough, we can talk to each other and still put food on the table for many in our Black and Brown communities who need it. So initiatives range from grassroots tactics to engaging varying audiences, specializing in environmental justice populations. That's basically who we look like and those who call frontline communities. I was just on a panel today, and a gentleman mentioned frontline. If you are frontline, in the front line, you need to be in the front of the line, meaning the Black, Brown, BIPOC communities, the Indigenous communities, et cetera. So specializing in those populations, organizations, and stakeholder groups. So the team also understands the importance of data-driven results. Basically, nothing just gets thrown on the wall and see what sticks. That doesn't work. We need to have calculated risk when their risk is needed, but employ analytics and market research. So as I mentioned before, Crimson prides itself on integrity and quality. So it doesn't matter from small business to Fortune 100 company, the quality is the same. The price point may be different, but quality is quality, and people make the difference. So just like the cherry on top in my name, exceeding goals is a top priority. So the various services are public engagement, marketing and communications, and integrated campaigns. So you see those there. So in the essence of time, I'm just going to quickly just bang through some highlighted points. Integrated campaigns basically is digital space. This is a fancy name for digital space. So social media, web development, e-newsletters, what we call, Walter knows with his, who helped me out with some unnecessary coding the other day. Those integrated campaigns like A/B testing. We want to send out an email, but you want to make sure it gets to the right people, geo-targeting. In small businesses, you can still do that. Just because it's like you want to talk to people just in their Pittsburgh Yards, that's called geo-targeting. You want to talk to the right person for the right budget. And even if you have an absorbent amount, the level of integrity is you're not going to spend your money frivolously. We don't believe in that. We still want to talk to the right person within the right budget. So webinars, digital workshops, content development, and then program management, which means events, brand management. I heavily lean on the experiences, especially within sports and entertainment, with small businesses, just because, you know, the Atlantic Hawks, it has a large brand, and you know what the Hawk symbol looks like, your brand is just as important. Your Pantone colors and everything else need to be what they are, and it has to look how it looks. Just because it's a Fortune 100 company doesn't mean that your small business or startup needs to suffer. And here's just some of the project team about different initiatives, excuse me. So we run the gamut. What I also want to do is, bear with me, I want to share one other quick screen. Okay, can you all still see my screen again? Okay, great. So just came off of a panel. One of the clients in the government space is the Department of Energy. I'm very happy to be working with, in particular, under the Virginia Clean Cities within an e-mobility, and that's EVs. So you see those charging stations in front of Pittsburgh Yards. Again, what drew me is the space that is so elevating is the tech space. EVs is within that, meaning electric vehicles. So if you see on the top left, I think it's top left for you guys, Administrator Reagan was a keynote speaker in a two-day conference. So that was yesterday and it wrapped up today. He was a keynote speaker and I was on the panel talking about diversity in mobility space. On that same day was yesterday evening, again, working with Virginia Clean Cities, was invited to talk about a similar topic within their inaugural Drive Electric in Virginia. So here in Georgia, I've worked on a lot of comprehensive transportation plans. So on to the right of that, you see some of the people in the area that I've worked with. American Cancer Society, on the board for sport and coaches in cancer. It's basically coaches in sports within the American Cancer Society. It's one of their many outreach initiatives. Still working in the level of sports and communications, like I said, with the former Cleveland Indians, which are now deemed as the Guardians. Again, well-versed in brand management, et cetera, especially with name changes and community and grassroots. Just because it's a big name or a little name, you still need to listen to and talk to the demographic that you as either a client or a participant. Most recently, worked with DeKalb County Transit Master Plan. Master plans happen all the time. That's where that bike trail, or excuse me, the Beltline Trail, there was a transportation or a comprehensive plan for that trail in the back of Pittsburgh Yards. Somebody had to say, hey, we need something back here and it needs to be extended. And this is why, because the Pittsburgh Yard community needs this too. Black people like to walk, brown people like to bike. We're more than just a stereotype in X, Y, and Z. So that's why I'm the level of integrity and intentionality is there, because those underserved communities aren't always heard. There's data and studies out there that say, oh yeah, that's good. No one said that they needed something. Well, you had one meeting and you didn't publicize it, and our people in various communities still need to be heard. So that's how I'm, again, very proud of what has happened with Pittsburgh Yards, because the bike trail, which I've used in that connection, is evident of that. The fact that Pittsburgh Yards exists is evident of someone listening to the community. And you see all the other logos helped with the launch of Gateway Arena, work with Connect Douglas currently, that's a transit system in Douglas County, and then small businesses from, I am intentional about working with other small businesses. I like to work out too. So I already looked up the gentleman's what was it, Fit Squad. I looked that up while he was talking. I've worked with Blaze Fitness, Creative Dentistry. It's a dental office and med spa, realtors. So it's not just one thing. And that's the beauty of a skill set. And I'm so happy that you all invited me because I learned a lot. Your skills are your skills. And the beauty of information is that it should be shared. And again, it's the people factor. So I'm very happy to be within Pittsburgh Yards. And I thank Walter and Tamika, even with my short tenure on site, it's been beneficial, even if it's just to help set up my internet so I could have a successful panel yesterday. I thank you. And this is my information if anyone needs to get in contact with me. I've been traveling lately, but I am located in the NIA side of the building, which is, what is NIA? Cooperative collaboration? Do I have my Kwanzaa right? Can somebody correct me?
On the north side, in the north side.
Yeah,
north
is NIA collaborative or cooperative?
NIA is purpose.
Purpose. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. With that, I appreciate the time and the platform, and this is how you can reach me. I'm open to any questions if there is any, and I can fill them in the chat too, or just shoot me an email.
So Danielle, I always have questions. This is Mary. I actually think I contacted you on LinkedIn this morning. I was in the EV conference.
I am Mary. Hey.
Hi. So
how did you like it?
It was amazing. I was so excited. Yesterday was more exciting to me than today, though, because I had people interrupting me. But
and just a side note, when we get the videos, I'll share them with you, Walter and Tamika. So that way, if anybody who wants to listen, it was 90 different panelists from senators to the administrator of the EPA.
Wow, thanks. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's exciting. Why I wanted to contact you though, because I would love to do an electric car exhibit. I have some relationships and I wanted some dealers to bring some cars over to exhibit to introduce the neighborhood to EV vehicles. But my question tonight is, how did the name of your company come about? I'm an avid Alabama fan, and I'm wondering because you're Crimson.
I am so sorry to tell you, Mary, it was not off the Crimson Tide.
Oh, okay. All right, be that way then. Well,
I'm sorry. I roll tide for you. But that was not my intent. Crimson, a couple things. My last name is Cherry. So the C and the C, I like alliteration, so it kind of stemmed from there. But as we know, we are people of a royal lineage. So crimson is a very royal color. So the Jinyami was my favorite Adrinka symbol, which means fear nothing and accept God. And it hit in multiple reasons of intentionality for me. So not only my last name being Cherry, which is pretty kind of easy to remember, sometimes it hits, and God blessed me with, my family with that last name. So again, trying to be intentional between color, alliteration, and it just all came together outside of your famed school.
Look, okay, that may be a better story than Thank you.
And thank you so much for attending. I'll hit you offline too. It's been a busy day, and I'm sorry I didn't reach you, but we finished the conference around 5 or so. So thank you so much for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danielle. I know we're kind of running over, but this has been great. We're going to move on to our property management updates, Walter. What are we doing over there at Pittsburgh Yards?
We are doing a lot. We are doing quite a bit to that point that Danielle mentioned the other night, because we were kind of in crisis mode, because I was like, I cannot let her leave this space without being able to connect to the internet. So yeah, that was interesting, to say the least. So, but that's what we do here at Pittsburgh Yards Property Management. Me, Tamika, we wear several hats. We only have one head, but we wear several hats around this space, trying to make sure that you all have the best experience and you're able to be successful in all that you do. We are, and I'll keep this very brief, we are definitely closing down in terms of getting close to our last remaining spaces here at Pittsburgh Yards. So definitely, if you are interested in leasing space, definitely come by and meet with us. We have several opportunities in the co-working space still available, but the individual office spaces are getting closer to being gone, especially if you are looking for a window. So if you would like to have an opportunity to have individual space here, reach out, also attend tours. I know every time we have a monthly meeting, I'm always shouting out about the tours that we have the following week. Unfortunately, this following week, we won't have tours because it will be a holiday. So the property management office will be closed on the 25th to observe for that. And hopefully everyone will be spending time with their families this year if you do deem appropriate. But that following week on the 2nd of December, we will resume our tour times back at the 10:30, 11:30, and 2:30 time slots. Again, this was a great meeting. I definitely want to thank everyone that spent their time, especially our tenant of the month, Ms. Danielle, Invest Atlanta, Mr. Moses, definitely. You're not going to get me at that gym, sorry, because you start too early, but definitely everyone from the PAC team over there would definitely like to have more of our tenants be part of the business association, and also our partner in Village. Ms. Domingo, thank you for involving and giving us a deep dive in terms of what resources that you've been providing to the PY community, as we call it. I don't have anything else for you all this evening. As always, you can reach out to me via email or via phone, and I'll put my contact information in the chat. And I also want to, last but not least, just say what a great job my colleague, Ms. Tamika Phillips, did tonight hosting the hosting the event tonight. So my hat's off to you, Ms. Tamika. Excellent job.
Thank you. Do we have anything else? Anybody want to share anything before we go?
Thanks to Nikki and Walter for being such great management here at Pittsburgh Yards. We appreciate you guys too.
Wait a minute, hold on. Say that again, Trina. I didn't hear that. What?
Thanks for being so great. We appreciate you guys. We really do. I know I do. Yes.
Thanks, Trina. Thank you.
You're welcome.
We try. We try.
Stay elevated.
Yes. If that's all, everybody, y'all have a good night.
Oh, wait, Tamika, I have one last question. Will this be posted on the Facebook page, or will this meeting be posted on the Facebook? Nope, the YouTube channel.
It will be.
Okay.
It sure will.
Okay, good. All right, thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Y'all have a good night.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Take care. Nice meeting you.